When I read the script, I thought this is a proper film. It's not just a superficial kind of, comedy because that's been done.
The reason he backed it is because only he can do this role, and I was so happy doing it.
It's a proper adventure movie. It could be any two guys and in any job.
I have to give it a little more effort and a little more intensity and a little more energy and a little more positivity rather than just riding the wave of saying, अच्छा काम मिल रहा है करते रहो. I want to push myself and do better.
कई लोगों को नरेट की थी घर पे भी कि ये है सीन and nobody laughed, smiled. They said, okay, whatever. I just thought it's really funny. एक ही भूत है क्या अपनी इंडस्ट्री में? There's just this one actor who plays a bhoot every time.
When it came to me, I was so happy. He had already said yes. कई बार 2 hero films या ensembles में ना, you always get worried. अच्छा मैं तो अपना रोल करूँगा, लेकिन बाकी casting कैसे होगी? How will it all fit into place?
It's wonderful to have Saif Ali Khan and Arjun Kapoor with us. The promo of Bhoot Police is really wacky and very interesting. We're looking forward to that. Pleasure having you guys on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right, so unanimously, the response of the trailer is really good. Were you guys expecting it, or were you a bit surprised?
We were hoping.
You were hoping.
Yeah, but it was a nice movie. It was a
Right.
lovely script. It's beautifully shot, and it's come together well. It's got very handsome young men in it. And I was hoping the trailer would be good.
Right.
And it is.
It's a well cut trailer actually. Story bhi hai. You get a sense of.
Actually, I loved the trailer from the first
it's
time
quite
I saw
well
it.
cut,
Yeah, no, definitely.
Normally, you want to fiddle with the trailer slightly.
Right.
Ye thoda ye karo, ye karo.
Yeah.
But this I saw it and I said, that's great.
No, it's really cool. And you've believed a lot in the film because earlier the star
Yes.
cast was
Yeah.
slightly different, and
And the production was different.
And
the whole
So
journey.
journey,
right.
And I think even before it came to me, I think from 5-6 years, Pawan
Right.
has been has written and has been marketing to make this movie.
right.
So how it ended up with me, and then it nearly went away, and then he stood by me and fought for me, and I fought for him,
Right.
and then it ended up. Ramesh ji, Akshay Puri, fantastic producer.
Of course.
And then this lovely star cast. And when Arjun came on board, we got a chance to make a bigger film with more of a budget and all these things that the producers brought so much to the table. It was great.
Right. So you're getting bigger budgets now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Both of us together.
I think more than that, it just I was aware of this film for so long because the industry knew Saif's passion project, and he had spoken a couple of times, and I know he had almost left some other films to back this film, so I knew how
Right.
passionate he was. So
Exactly.
when it came to me, I was so happy. He had already said yes. कई बार 2 hero films या ensembles में ना, you always get worried. अच्छा मैं तो अपना रोल करूँगा, लेकिन बाकी casting कैसे होगी? How will it all fit into place?
Right.
And I think the reason he backed it is because only he can do this role, and I was so happy doing it. The budget is incidental because in COVID anyways you would have needed a slightly bigger budget to make the film the kind of scale the film needed. We had to go away. So maybe I added to that incentive, but more than that, I think from a producer's point of view, it becomes an interesting poster, right? I think these days you don't get to see too many 2 heroes and these ensemble cast films. So
Right.
it was exciting to know that I'm bringing value to the film to be able to make a better film, more than bigger film.
No, definitely. I think you're having some very interesting projects. But what I'm personally very, very, very happy with is looking at you right now. It's like the way you have transformed yourself.
Thank you.
So where is this inspiration coming from?
Such कहूँ,
Reformed, transformed, reformed.
Reformed.
Back to how we were.
yeah, going back to the roots. I think COVID में बहुत बुरी चीजें हुई हम सबके साथ,
जी,
and we've
जी.
all got stuck in a situation. But I also got a little bit of time to introspect, and कहीं ना कहीं I was turning 36. It's not a big age if you look at it in terms of lifespan, but in my head I thought, yeah, if I want to do this profession seriously for the rest of my life,
Right.
I have to give it a little more effort and a little more intensity and a little more energy and a little more positivity rather than just riding the wave of saying, अच्छा काम मिल रहा है करते रहो. I want to push myself and do better. That process started from there. When my last birthday, I decided, I'm going to make sure that I go back to looking and feeling my best. I owe it to the job. It's not about whether I'm a good actor or not. I have to also look like somebody who you should pay money to come and watch on the big screen.
Of course.
तो एक ट्यूबलाइट जगी कोविड में घर पे बैठ के कई बार इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करने से कुछ अच्छा हो भी जाता है. Then when I came on Bhoot Police set, यार Faridoon, I realized, ये बात करें बजट की, you realize you're getting to make this big budget horror comedy, ensemble cast, good looking people, you're getting to tell a story, and then that pushes you even more when you're on a set and you realize I need to look even better. And then I got offered villain, and I realized, I have to do an action film where I have to face off against another action hero. So with that momentum kept building, and I also kept pushing myself at it.
It's basically working with John Abrahams made him lose weight. That's what he's saying. He's
No,
like, okay, all
it
right.
started by sitting alone at home and saying, maybe nobody will work with me if I continue
Oh,
looking
no.
like this.
I
Then
know.
Saif worked with me. Then now John's working with me. So it just added momentum. And today you're seeing the result of maybe almost 12 to 14 months of discipline and dedication.
No, definitely.
जो पहले था वापस आया है थोड़ा सा.
No, sure, for sure. All right. So when Saif Ali Khan says the dialogue, or GST, uncle, और कोई एक्टर कहेगा, but the way Saif Ali Khan says, there is वो अपने आप से उसमें एक चक लाता है, एक
I
moment.
just thought it's a really funny line. I don't know why.
It is very funny.
कई लोगों को narrate की थी घर पे भी कि ये है scene and nobody laughed, smiled. They said, okay, whatever. I just thought it's really funny.
It is.
When I read the script, I started smiling at that line. कि यहाँ पे music
I
आएगा.
love how you're disappointed. और GST uncle.
But your reaction is very funny at that time. Like,
My reaction,
oh
can
no,
we just get the hell out of here? Yeah.
like please.
Again.
How much? कितना लूटोगे?
When you say go Kichkandi, go, so it reminds you of go Corona, go as well.
Yeah, that's
might
it.
not be the most effective remedy. that's the humor behind it. It's like, could this work? Maybe it'll work. If you have faith, it will work. But just give me some money.
Right.
ढोंगी
that's my
आदमी कुछ भी
character.
इस्तेमाल कर सकता है ना, तो his characters like that. He uses any situation to try and milk the situation, anything to milk the situation.
Right. And the interesting part is that in recent times there have been a few horror comedies, but I think I was just watching one of the videos where there's this guy who just did a review of the promo, and usually he's rather
Not nice.
not nice,
Okay.
but the way he was just narrating the entire thing, and I think it made sense in terms of horror comedies, the way they have come in recent times, Three and Ruhi and all. So,
I think there's one guy
there
who
is
does all
different-
the ghosts, and I need to have a chat with him and the
Using the
director.
VFX.
Yeah, and say, एक ही भूत है क्या अपनी industry में? There's just this one actor who plays a booth every time. They all look the same. And say, oh, I've
You're
seen.
mad,
Do all ghosts look alike?
Destroy the genre.
Sorry,
No.
sorry.
This is a
But
this
we
is
have to change that.
I'm hoping our film does some bit of it.
right. So generally it seems different. जो proverbial जो एक different होता है वो लग रहा है promo देख के. And interesting part एक ये भी है कि आप लोग off late क्या हुआ है कि हम promos या फिल्मों के देखते हैं तो पता चलता है पूरी फिल्म की कहानी बता दी है. इसमें सिर्फ montages हैं. There is those vignettes and you just it just ignites curiosity for you to just look forward to watching the film, which I think is always a good thing.
I think जो अच्छी बात है with Bhoot Police ना, एक तो ये है कि it's not typically based कि एक छोटे शहर में दो गलियों की कहानी. I think the storytelling of it also is we go from one end of the country to another. It's a different world altogether जब हम पहुंचते हैं डलहौजी धर्मशाला जहाँ हमने शूट किया है. It's I think visually it's new also to see that. Also it's an adventure. Horror comedy is a way of maybe selling it. आप टाइटल सुनो या ट्रेलर देखो तो हॉरर है, कॉमेडी है, लेकिन अगर आप देखो तो दो भाइयों की कहानी है, एक एडवेंचर है. जो हमारी वैन है, जो पूरा मिलियू सेटअप किया डायरेक्टर ने, एक तांत्रिक और भूतों की दुनिया, there's a sense of world in the film. I think that is also why you can get a sense कि अच्छा, I want to know what that book is. I want to know why these guys are dressed like this. I want to know why this van is a certain way. Why is Yami come here? Who is? So the curiosity comes from, I think, the space horror comedy से थोड़ी खोल के. I think the director has used the production design and the cinematography and the technicalities to make a slightly more wholesome film in that
It's
sense.
a proper adventure movie. Like it could be any two guys and in any job who kind of just go on but of course the journey of the supernatural is fascinating in it. And like where they start, where they go, how they argue, what do they believe, like characters have arcs. They're different people at the end than they are at the beginning. And it's about fathers and sons and brothers and
An
belief.
ideological conflict.
Yeah, and and these kind of, so it's, when you read the script, when we read the script, when I read the script, I thought this is a proper film. It's not just a superficial kind of, comedy because that's been done. You can't make another horror comedy unless you have something new to say.
हाँ मतलब सिर्फ जॉनर के लिए नहीं बन रही फिल्म, उसमें द कैरेक्टर्स हैव अ जर्नी लाइक ही सेइंग, लाइक द डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन बिलीवर वर्सेस नॉन बिलीवर इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग, बट वी हैव नॉट सीन दिस काइंड ऑफ फ्रिक्शन बिटवीन टू कैरेक्टर्स एंड दे डोंट हैव टू हेट ईच अदर. Two brothers can be different, you know, and I found that quite interesting to have. एक पाखंडी है, दूसरा नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी मदद करता है उसकी ना चाहते हुए भी, तो आई फाउंड इट क्वाइट फैसिनेटिंग.
No, it's interesting for sure. Okay, सैफ, मेरी आपसे जैसे पिछली बार भी जब बात हुई थी Zoom कॉल पे before Tandav, so we just discussed the fact that you are, I think, having a dream run right now.
Right.
I'm primarily talking about the on-screen version. You're very in news otherwise as well. So we are not getting into that. But एक एक बहुत ही रेयर होता है एक्टर्स के लिए कि अगर कोई एक्टर फिल्म में है या किसी प्रोजेक्ट में है, वेब शो में है, एंड यू आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट शो और फिल्म जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एक्टर.
Wow.
And you are in that zone right now.
Amazing. That's so nice of you. Thank you.
Right.
It'd
No,
be great
I'm
to
sure
have
that. I think Arjun is someone who understands movies really well. But so, आपके लिए as an actor, enjoy करना कितना ज़रूरी है, you know? And right now the way things are, you can get into a web show right now, you know? There is no
I'm
restriction
saying all
on
my
films
life,
itself.
all my life in movies, I've been just trying to go through different things. Initially, you're trying to survive, trying to get better. I've also been very scared and insecure and worried about so many things, you know. And I'm trying to get to a point, I think I'm feeling it, where I'm not so worried anymore and feeling I can commit more to a film by just playing the role and really losing myself, getting more involved, hopefully even more in the future, of just being part of that story, that role, and balancing my life that I can give 100% to that thing, find a new way of doing it, find something to be excited about the character, how to make him remarkable somehow, okay? And then come home and go on holiday or get involved with the family and things like this. So trying to balance those things and trying not to be insecure and scared about survival in the industry, which is such an important thing.
Of course.
But if you can be a little less worried about that, like I'm literally like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Worst thing happen, I won't work. But I mean, I've worked a lot, you know. Let me take a chance. Let me enjoy this in a slightly different way. Because you can't worry forever. I'm already 51. I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like, you know, if you shut it down tomorrow because of something going wrong, we'll manage, you know. I hope not ever. My life is working. But there's some shift that has happened. I don't know how it's happened, maybe growing up or getting used to something. But something has happened where I'm not so worried about, you know, just not insecure about it as much as I used to be. So maybe that's
right.
Something is happening correctly in the sense that I think people, the audience has always appreciated people who are willing to commit 100% to a role. But sometimes I've not been in the mental state to be able to do that. I hope I am now.